Hello again, folks, and welcome back to my channel. Thanks for subscribing. Now, Lenny Henry, or Sir Lenny Henry, comedian apparently, and Knight of the Realm, and apparently he's like an economic visionary, and he's got a new book out. It's called The Big Payback, and he's got like a modest proposal for the UK. He reckons we should cough up 18 trillion. That's right, trillion with a T, for slavery reparations. Not just for the Caribbean islands, mind you, but for every black citizen living in Britain today. 18 trillion quid. I mean, why stop there? Why not toss in a free pony for every descendant of a Viking raid while we're at it? Now, I'm all for a good laugh, as you all know, but this isn't comedy. It's like fantasy economics on steroids. So the UK's entire GDP is about between 2.5 and 3 trillion a year. So Lenny's asking for roughly 7 years worth of the nation's wealth to be handed over. No questions asked because of something that happened, 200 years ago? Now don't get me wrong, slavery was an abomination, alright? It was wrong, but it wasn't just the white man doing it. Every culture at one point or another had slavery, and nobody's defending it. Well, no one in their right mind anyway. But the idea that today's taxpayers, most of whom weren't even a twinkle in their great-grandparents' eyes when this went down, should be fleeced to the tune of 18 trillion. That's not justice, folks. That's a shakedown. And here's the thing. Lenny wants individual black people in Britain to get a slice of this huge jackpot as well. So let me get this straight. People born here, educated here, living in one of the richest, freest countries on earth, complete with healthcare, NHS, welfare, the chance to become, a Knight of the Realm like Lenny Henry. These people are owed a cheque because of what happened centuries ago. For heaven's sakes. Forgive me, but I'm struggling to see the logic. If anything, I'd argue the opposite. Maybe black people in Britain should be sending a thank you note to the Exchequer. Think about it. Their ancestors were dragged from the poorest continent on earth, where life expectancy was between 20 and 30 years old, and tribal wars and disease were the daily thing, to eventually end up here in a nation with clean water, electricity, education, and a chance to moan about the weather like the rest of us. Now, if we're playing the historical reparations game, maybe it's time for a gratitude tax. Now, before the outraged leftists start typing, and I get quite a few these days, they're quite amusing. Let me be clear, I'm not saying everyone's life here is perfect. Well, maybe one or two people. Inequality does exist, racism exists, and we should tackle both really with clear eyes, shouldn't we? But this reparations nonsense, it's a divisive, backward-looking grift that solves nothing. It doesn't fix inequality, it just creates new resentment, maybe. So imagine the logistics. Who qualifies? How black is black enough? Do we DNA test everyone? And what about the descendants of white indentured servants or the Irish who were brutalised under colonial rule? And it did happen, by the way. I'm not denying that. Where's their payout? Or do we only care about certain kinds of historical suffering? What if you're mixed heritage? Do you get half the reparations that black people receive? How does it work? It doesn't, does it? So Lenny Henry's plan would bankrupt the country faster than you can say identity politics. That 18 trillion quid, it's not sitting in a vault somewhere, is it? It's our taxes, our pensions, our kids' schools, our hospitals. And for what? To make activists like Lenny Henry feel morally superior while the rest of us are left picking up the bill? No thanks. If Sir Lenny wants to play Robin Hood, he can start with his own bank account. I reckon that's huge. And here's a radical idea. Let's judge people by their actions, not their skin colour or their ancestors' suffering. Let's build a future where everyone's got a fair shot. Not a never-ending grievance contest, but no, that's too sensible, isn't it? Much easier to demand 18 trillion and call it justice. And believe me or not, Lenny Henry was funny years ago. There was one skit he did, everyone laughed at, and nobody judged him on it, but his wife at the time, Dawn French, another woke idiot, she told him not to do it, apparently, and I believe that. So there we go. People like this should stop weaponising our own history to divide us and demonise white Brits. What do you reckon? Let me know in the comments. I'm Paz49. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you at my next video. Roger Trout.